Currently in NBA, in terms of NBA 2K, there are 16 players over a 90 overall. And in today's video, we're going to be seeing what would happen if we actually redrafted these players into the upcoming NBA draft. So in order to get our draft order, we're just going to base it off of teams' rankings right now. So the worst team right now is going to get the first pick up until the 16th overall pick. So starting off, we got the New York Knicks with the first overall pick, and they are actually going to get LeBron James. With the second overall pick in the draft, we have the Phoenix Suns, and they're going to select Kevin Durant. With the third overall pick, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they are going to get James Harden. With the fourth overall pick, we have the Chicago Bulls, and they're going to pick up Stephen Curry. With the fifth pick, we have the Atlanta Hawks, and they're going to pick up the Greek Freak. With the sixth pick, we have the Memphis Grizzlies, and they're going to pick up Anthony Davis, who's going to be playing power forward for them. With the seventh pick, we have the Orlando Magic, and they're going to get Kawhi Leonard. With the eighth pick, we have the Washington Wizards, and since they already have a point guard on their team, we're actually going to give them Paul George. With the ninth pick, we have the Detroit Pistons, and they are going to pick up Kyrie Irving. With the 10th pick, we have the New Orleans Pelicans. Since they already have Drew Holiday, we're actually going to be giving them Joel Embiid. With the 11th pick, we have the Dallas Mavericks, and they're going to get Russell Westbrook. With the 12th pick, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they're going to get Damian Lillard. With the 13th pick, we have the Sacramento Kings, and they're going to pick up Jimmy Butler. With the 14th pick, we have the Los Angeles Lakers, and they're going to get Kemba Walker. With the 15th pick, we have the Charlotte Hornets, and they're going to pick up Nikola Jokic. And finally, with the 16th pick, we have the Miami Heat, and they are going to get DeMar DeRozan. So those are our final teams that we actually traded everybody to, and we'll actually just check them out. That way you guys can actually just view what all the teams are looking like now. So the Philadelphia 76ers, they end up losing two players in Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler. The Bucks miss out on Giannis, so now they don't have a really star player on that team. The Bulls end up picking Stephen Curry up. The Cavaliers have James Harden, as well as they have Kevin Love now. This is going to be an injury-free roster. The Celtics lose Kyrie Irving, so they lose a big part of their team. Clippers stay the same. Grizzlies are going to pick up Anthony Davis, who's going to be running power forward since they do have Marc Gasol, and they have a really solid team right now. Let's just see if they can actually do well during the season. The Hawks get Giannis. The Heat get DeMar DeRozan. The Hornets have Jokic, but they do end up losing Kemba Walker. The Utah Jazz are going to stay the same. The Kings are going to get Jimmy Butler, and their team's looking pretty decent right now with the Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and Jimmy Butler there. The Knicks are going to pick up LeBron James, as well as they just got DeAndre Jordan on their team as well. Lakers are going to get Kemba Walker. So their starting point guard improves a lot. They can move their rotation around quite a bit as well. The Magic are going to get Kawhi Leonard, so now they got Kawhi and Vucevic. The Mavericks are going to end up picking Russell Westbrook up, and this team is really good. We got Westbrook, Porzingis, and Doncic, so that should be a pretty good team. Nets actually stay the same. They were actually the 17th worst team, so they're one pick off, or one standing off actually getting a pick. The Nuggets are going to lose Jokic and not gain anybody. The Pacers are going to stay the same. The Pelicans lose Anthony Davis, but pick up Joel Embiid. The Detroit Pistons end up picking up Kyrie, and the Pistons, just looking at their base team, is very good. Kyrie, Blake Griffin, and Andre Drummond right there. The Raptors are going to lose Kawhi. The Rockets end up losing Harden. The Spurs end up losing DeRozan. Durant actually ends up going to the Suns, so now they got Booker, Ayton, and Durant. The Thunder lose their top two players, so they should be one of the worst teams now. The Timberwolves pick up Damian Lillard, and they already have some great players. They got Carolina Towns. Andrew Wiggins isn't really the best, but they did definitely improve that point guard, and then they could move Derrick Rose down to shooting guard, or have Damian Lillard. He's a great shooter as well. Trailblazers, of course, lose Damian Lillard. The Warriors are going to lose Durant and Curry, so then they got Boogie, Clay, and Draymond, which is still a very good team. The Wizards are going to pick up Paul George, And they have a very good starting lineup now. And that is going to finish off for our teams. Leave your comment down below on which team you think is going to win the NBA now that we redrafted all the top players to the worst teams. Okay, so we simulated a season with these new teams. James Harden gets MVP of the season, 29.9 points per game. Not as many points as he has right now. Trae Young actually gets Rookie of the Year. It doesn't go to Doncic. The Mavericks did pick up a very good player, though. Sixth Man of the Year actually goes to Lonzo Ball. Of course, they got, I believe, did they get Kemba Walker now, who's starting for them? Giannis is going to get Defensive Player of the Year, 1.9 steals, 1.5 blocks for him. He also had a very good stats, just looking at that real quick. Most Improved goes to Serge Ibaka. I have not seen that in 2K yet, especially Serge. I mean, he's kind of going downhill in his career. So interested to see that he gets Most Improved. Larry Drew of the Cavs gets Coach of the Year. Check out how good the Cavs ended up doing. Let's check out these All-NBA teams. Harden, Ben Simmons makes the All-NBA first team. Giannis, we got LeBron, Boogie, second team, Oladipo, John Wall. All right, that's defensive. Second team, Chris Paul, Curry, Blake Griffin, AD, Andre Drummond. This is our third team right here, so not too much different. Some players moving down a bit, but it could really go any direction. And as you can see, just looking at the teams, they are way different now. So let's go over to standings. Let's go over to conference right here. We're starting in the East, and I'll actually put up the actual standings right now in the East, so we can actually compare how different the teams are now. So the Bucks are first in the East right now. Ends up being the Cavs. Then we got the Knicks, who are actually last. The Cavs and Knicks are actually the two worst teams in the league right now, but now they're the two best teams. Then we got the Raptors, who are second. They're now third. We got the Hawks, who are 12th. They are now fourth in the league. The Pistons are 9th. They're now 5th. The Magic are 11th. They're now 6th. The Wizards are 10th. They're now 7th. And then the Hornets, who are 8th, are still in that 8th spot. Teams that barely missed out. We got the Chicago Bulls, who picked up Stephen Curry. They have the record. They just probably lost a head-to-head or something against the Hornets. They're so close to making it into the playoffs there. The Pacers are barely out. Their team didn't really change. The Nets as well. Their team didn't change much. The Heat actually picked up DeRozan. They weren't able to make it in. And then the Celtics, Bucks, and 76ers just lost players. Now going over to the West, the Grizzlies end up getting the first seed. They have a stacked team. Mike Conley, AD, and Marc Gasol. That is insane. Currently, they're 14th in the conference. So huge improvement for them there. The Rockets still get second despite losing James Harden. The record drops so much from the first place team. The Warriors still make it in despite losing their two best players. The Lakers pick up Kemba Walker. They get the 4th seed. The Kings, who picked up Jimmy Butler, they're currently 10th. They actually make it in there. The Nuggets, who are currently second, they still make it into the NBA playoffs. They did lose their best player, though. And then the Mavericks picked up Russell Westbrook. They made it in. They're currently 12th. The Timberwolves, who picked up Damian Lillard. I thought the Timberwolves would have done a little better. They went from 11th to 8th. The Suns still not making it in, despite picking up Kevin Durant. So that's kind of funny right there. They still did not make it into the league. The Pelicans, they lost their top player, but picked up Joel Embiid. The Spurs lost their top player, and that's it. They didn't gain anybody there. Clippers, Thunder, Jazz, and Trailblazers all just lost players. But let's find out who actually makes it into the NBA Finals. We've got LeBron back in the West on the New York Knicks, which should be interesting. But let's get right into the playoffs here. Let's simulate the first round and see how these games. Okay, so after the first round, we got some upsets over in the East. The Hornets end up beating Cleveland with the upset. The Hornets, who picked up Nikola Jokic, and the Cavs, who picked up James Harden. The Cavs weren't able to win. The Hawks end up beating the Pistons. The Hawks picked up the Greek Freak, so I expect them to go pretty far. The Raptors lose Kawhi. They end up losing to the Magic, who picked up Kawhi Leonard. That's funny that they actually faced off against the player they ended up losing. And LeBron and the Knicks end up losing to the Washington Wizards, who have a very stacked team in John Wall, Paul George, and Bradley Beal. Over in the West, though, We got Houston and Golden State, who actually did not pick up anybody. They just actually lost players. They both win. Golden State beating Denver, who just lost players, and Dallas, who actually picked up Russell Westbrook. We're not able to make it through the first round. The Kings end up beating the Lakers barely. The Lakers had Kemba. The Kings have Jimmy Butler. And then the Grizzlies, who have a super stacked team who picked up Anthony Davis, end up moving on. Let's simulate another round here to see who moves on to the conference finals. Are we going to see any teams that would normally make it in there? The Memphis Grizzlies destroy the Kings 4-0. Hornets get eliminated by the Hawks. Rockets get beaten by the Warriors. And Wizards are eliminated by the Orlando Magic. So we have the Hawks with Giannis. We have the Magic with Kawhi Leonard. And then we got the stacked Grizzlies team. And let's see how these games go. So let's simulate this game. Always simulate. The Hawks take a 1-0 lead as well as the Grizzlies. Let's see if they can continue. 2-0 lead for both of them yet again. Are they going to win 3? No, the Magic actually get 1, but the Grizzlies are up 3-0. They might get a 4-0 sweep, but the Warriors do get a game. The Magic tied up in the East. And the Warriors get another game. The Hawks get another game. Two teams could still win here. Tied up in the East and tied up in the West. No way. Okay, let's do the East game first. And it's going to be Giannis and the Hawks moving on. I believe it is Giannis, right? Right? If I go over the Hawks. So, yeah, it is Giannis. Giannis, Trae Young, John Collins. Wasn't expecting this team to go this far, but Giannis just helping them a lot here. And let's see who's going to move on in the West. It is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies. I was going to be very surprised if the Warriors, who actually ended up losing out on their top 2 players, still made it in. And check out this squad. Anthony Davis at 98 overall now. Marc Gasol's an 88. Mike Conley's an 88. And then we got Jaren Jackson kind of as that backup, that 6-man. And he's killing it as well. This team is looking very, very good. And let's see who wins the NBA Finals here. Grizzlies take a 1-0 lead. And the Hawks end up tying up 1-1. 2-1 for the Hawks. 3-1 for the Hawks. Okay, so we have a super close game number 6 here. If the Hawks win this, they win the whole series. They're up by 3 right now. Let's see if the Grizzlies are able to come back. Anthony Davis inside with the ball against the Greek Freak. Greek Freak Giannis playing some great defense right there. And now the Hawks on the fast break. Jeremy Lin with the nice mid-range shot. They take a 5-point lead now. Here we go with the Hawks again. Jeremy Lin coming inside. And Jeremy Lin clutching up right now. 2 shots in a row. They have a 7-point lead. The Grizzlies have got to score here. Mike Conley not in the game for some reason. I want to see if Mike Conley maybe fouled out because he should be in the game right now. Where are his fouls? Yes, Mike Conley did foul out. So they don't have him down the stretch, which is very unfortunate. Anthony Davis, 21 and 16. That's insane. AD trying to get inside here. Can't get open. So this might be a win for the Hawks. Since the Grizzlies don't have Conley. Here we go, out to Gasol. Inside, Trae Young almost with the steal. Anthony Davis, tough shot, and he ends up missing. Here we go, Jeremy Lin, the mid-range shot. It's a miss. John Collins can't get the putback layup right there. And the Grizzlies, they need to score here. They're taking too much time off the clock. They've got to score here if they want a chance at coming back. 30 seconds left, down by 7. Jaren Jackson. Here we go, Marc Gasol. He's going to have to put up a fadeaway shot, and it's good to go. So coming back a little bit here. They wasted 24 seconds on that last possession, though, so they're going to have to foul. And the Hawks are going to hit both their free throws. I think this is going to be game over. The Hawks should be able to take this series, which is very interesting with only really Giannis as a superstar player. The Grizzlies have 3 great players. They just don't mesh well together. So Giannis with 35 points in this game. He went off. He should get Finals MVP. Holiday from 3. It's no good. Jaren Jackson can't get the rebound. And that's going to end the game right there. The Atlanta Hawks beat the Memphis Grizzlies in the NBA Finals. Game 6, 108-101. And let's see this championship celebration. So here we go. Giannis holding up that trophy. Let's see if he does get this Finals MVP. And he does. Giannis with the Finals MVP. He was able to carry the Hawks to an NBA championship. That is crazy. Of course, the teams weren't as good as they normally did, but he took down a lot of great teams that I thought would have beat them. But the Hawks, we traded away the best players to the worst teams. Hawks came out on top. A lot of young talent on that team. Same with Giannis. He's still young. There's our finals MVP. He averaged 30 a game, 12 rebounds, 6.7 assists, 2.3 steals in the NBA Finals. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. And this has been your boy Smequle. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Never in the same space that we started at. Throw the ball, I run the play like a quarterback. I've been up all night trying to make a stack, trying to get a plaque and flip a dream into a solid fact. Hustled hard for it. One day they will notice. Chasing in the day.